How is everyone doing? Thank you so much for joining me in today's impromptu live. I haven't been given much of like a warning before I start these lives because it's just been like a last minute thing. I'll start making a video and then I'll change my mind and be like, let me jump on and just do a live real quick and, say hi to everyone also. Hi, not 20. Hello, not the toe. I know, the gnarly toes. And you know what's funny, Truth Seeker? Well, it's not funny, but I have a feeling that Megan got her other bunion fixed because she's been feeling more secure to have her feet showing and she's not hiding it. And I didn't really notice anything bulbous on the other foot. Hi, everyone. Careful, Molly. Don't trip on the bump. Hello. How is everyone doing? Thanks for being here. I figured, yeah, it's smoky in the Okanagan. I hope you guys are safe up there. Summers in the Okanagan are some of the most brutal, and I feel like it gets worse and worse. Like you hear about it starting earlier every year. So I hope you guys stay safe up there. Thinking of you. Hello, everyone. Okay, so you know what? I was going to make a video. Hi, Kat. I'm so glad you caught alive too. Hi. Oh, a fire near Fintry. That's not good. Well, thoughts and prayers to all of you guys out there. I hope everything gets, I don't know. I hope the fires get handled there. It's quite crazy how wild it gets. I mean, it's nuts. But you guys, I feel like being petty. I think we should be a little petty tonight, don't you think? We should have a little bit of fun. The retrograde is hitting strong. Is that what it is? Is that why things feel a little bit like not not off in a bad way, but for me, knock wood. Hear that? Knock wood. I feel like things have been a little bit on the good side. I'm holding my crystals. My crystals, you can hear it. Look, my crystals that bring me nothing but positive vibes and keep like negative energy away from me. I like petty. I think we're down for some pettiness. And, I know it's been a week on since that disastrous CBS segment with Harry and Meghan trying to claim that her issues are on the same level as parents who lost a child to taking their own lives. I'm still triggered by it. I'll be honest, I'm still triggered by it. That out of all of the BS that Megan has pulled, to be honest, my friends, out of everything, usually I'm like, okay, yeah, she has her moon bumps and everything. This one has really triggered me for some reason. Like it's really got me disgusted and just looking at that deceitful little harlot, just ew. I can't believe that you are using this to paint yourself as a victim. It's just really gross to me. It's really gross. Petty Betty in the house. I love being petty. It's egotistical and it's disgusting. I agree, Joanna. I agree. Texas represent. Pink 13 says, I'm wondering, I don't care about me. I'm wondering why the United Kingdom want to put Elon Musk in prison, any citizen in the United States. Well, you can see what's going on. I personally, myself, I feel like I said my part about that last night during Andrew and I's chat. And I just don't want to constantly, like, it's sad. It makes me sad seeing what's going on in the UK. And it breaks my heart for the people there that they're being completely overtaken. And all you can do is just fight back, but just fighting back will. And how many of you guys can they end up throwing in jail? And that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, getting thrown in jail for having your opinion. It's ridiculous. But yes, perpetual victimhood. I'll always keep preaching, trust me. Triggered because they're exploiting those poor parents. I think that's what it is. Like we all saw how much grief those parents still had inside them. I mean, look, the fact that I'm even talking about this, my eyes are starting to water up and like well up because, like I've mentioned, I have two friends, two childhood friends that I grew up with who I lost to them in that manner. I gotta watch out with YouTube, right? You can't say certain words. You gotta be very careful, or they will take down your entire video. So for the first little while, I gotta censor it, but I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. And it's like there are a lot of people that have gone that know someone, a loved one, a friend, a relative, someone like a friend of a friend who has gone through something like that. So it's really gross. It's really, really gross to me how she just plows ahead using every single victim narrative, but she uses one that most people, you can't go back at her. Like, you see reporters will not question her about the racism thing. You see reporters will not touch the whole I had a miscarriage thing, which I don't believe at all. I feel like I've been the only, besides other YouTubes, I don't know, have other YouTubers blatantly said it as openly as I have, where I have stated that it is my opinion that I don't believe she has ever had a miscarriage in the way that Harry said it in Spare. She used something like that to her own benefit to be a victim again. That's I feel like, she opened the door again. She said, "You know what, public? I'm going to bring this back up again. So let's open the door and let's talk about this." So Megan, since you opened the door on this topic again, and since I am feeling a little bit of a petty Betty, then we might as well get a little bit messy in today's live and talk about that specific day. Let's talk about that day where Meghan claimed to want to take her entire life and end it all, even the alleged newborn that she was carrying high up in her lungs. And then it would dive down to her knees, or it would squish to the left or squish to the right. Yes. Oh, planets go retrograde, not the signs. I thought, like, when the planets go retrograde, it does affect us in some weird way. But then that tells you exactly how much I know about astrology. I told you guys, I don't know anything about that. All I do is just try and be a good person. That's it. Jennifer says, "I do love your chats with Andrew, but I got to say your solo rants are pretty great." Thank you. Sometimes I feel like it's just nice to have your own ranting moment. And I feel like when I want to rant, I don't want to bring in another creator, because then that might bring them into drama that they don't want to be associated with. So it's just kind of like out of respect to them, I think, or that's just the way I think to do it. Yes, dear. We didn't even get to hear about what the parents would be done to help those poor kids. All we found out was that this would be an online thing. They would have to go online. These poor parents are already traumatized because their children lost their lives due to something they did online, either obtaining illegal substances that weren't what they thought they were obtaining and ended up being something else. Like, there was a whole different, like, there were different it wasn't exactly what Megan was claiming, oh, online bullying, and I just wanted to, no, there were other situations that led to these children going out that the way that they did. Mystified says, "The day she decided to manipulate Harry into leaving his entire life and moving away from everything he's ever known." I mean, he's an idiot for doing that. He is so dumb for doing that. I've always said Harry is a dimwit. The royal family saw the moon bump videos too. Why on earth would they go along with it? I feel like they were in too deep, but I feel like why just keep giving into it? But let's talk about that day, shall we? Let me walk through that door that Meghan Markle opened on last Sunday's CBS segment. Might as well. We might as well. This is just my opinion, my friends, but I am Ruth. So nice to have you here. You say, good evening, Molly. It's my first time commenting. Have been following since you started. I lost a brother by S. Just wanted to let you know you were. Oh, I'm sorry for your loss, Ruth. Like, see, there are so many people that have had something like this happen in their lives that it's just so upsetting to me. It's so upsetting to me that these parents were manipulated in this way and were used for Meghan's PR game, basically. What I want to know is that these are the same group of parents that Harry and Meghan met when they were in New York. But now they did this CBS segment in California. So I'm wondering, did the CBS studios cover for all the parents to fly over to California and pay for their accommodations and things like? I'm wondering who paid for that and how it happened. There's just so much behind that whole entire disgusting, convoluted act of, oh, I'm a victim, but I'm also like, it was so gross. If it was just them and everything we found out about the parents, I would have been okay. But the fact that it had to come back and tie it into Meghan's lies, I'm going to call it out for what it is. I don't believe her that she was ever like that. I think she used it to manipulate Harry and he fell for it. 100%. That's what I believe. You know, Harry and Meghan didn't pay. Of course they didn't. They don't pay for anything. Like Bill Simmons said, they are two effing grifters. That's all that they are. So I've said it before and I'll say this again. It is my opinion, and everything in this video is just my opinion. But since Meghan Markle opened the door, I'm going to walk through that and take you guys all back to that day. Let's talk about it. Let's see that day of what Meghan Markle did to make her feel like that, and the multiple stories that we have heard so far. I've always said that it is my opinion Meghan Markle is a liar. She is a liar who lied about wanting to end it all, being pregnant, her miscarriage, and all the lies that she has told. If I were to list all of the lies, we would be here all night and my hair would start turning gray. So let's go back. Let's do this, shall we? Let's go back to that day. Let's remember what she did and let's just get into this. Why not? So I've got a whole bunch of tabs here wide open for everyone. I hope I have everything. Okay, so let's start with when Meghan Markle arrived at Mayhew, shall we? I think we should. I think we should start right there. Let me just, dun, 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 dun. Here we go. This is Meghan Markle at Mayhew. Let me see. I think the Daily Mail had some videos of her arriving. Nope. I will pull up my own picture then. So when Meghan Markle arrived at Mayhew, here we go. So this was January 16th, 2019. She had just told individuals in Birkenhead a few days prior that she was 6 months along. So here she is on this day, and a lot of media outlets on this day compared her outfit to something that Kim Kardashian was wearing. And it was very a skin tight kind of outfit. I remember when I was 6 months pregnant, I was loving like the looser clothing, right? But it was different for me because that maternal instinct for myself had kicked in. It had definitely kicked in, and and so I would wear loose clothing and things like that, just to feel like I was protecting my baby bump. But Meghan Markle wanted to show everyone her baby bump. She wore sky-high 4-inch Aquazzura heels. I think these were a pair of Aquazzura heels. Lucky her, not a bit of swelling or anything in her legs. I don't really see a difference in her chest, but I mean, the hair too. Did anyone's hair get more fuller during their pregnancy? That's just a normal question. Princess Dumbarton says, normal pregnant women want to wear loose, comfortable clothing. Yeah, most do. Most do. Michelle, yep, t-shirt and loose shorts. You want to feel comfortable, don't you? You definitely want to feel comfortable. So that was Meghan arriving at Mayhew. And what I don't know where to go from this. I usually make like a little checklist of how I want to go down my points, but you know what? I'm just going to wing it this evening and we're just going to have some fun and we're just going to, yeah, go wherever we go. Let me show you this. So Meghan is at Mayhew and she is meeting the individuals there. And she had told people that she was 6 months pregnant. She was there January 16th, 2019. She wore a $1,500 Armani coat, and they made sure that they knew exactly how much everything cost. And I have a better video footage of this that we'll get into, but I want to see if that bump grew a little bit and shifted. This is too funny. Okay. Let me start from here. This is way better. Let's go from here then, because that wasn't that great. Do. Why is this being hilarious? Okay. Ready? I'm just making sure I don't dox anyone's information. So here we go. Let's start with this. This, I don't know who, I don't think this lady was Jamaican, but this woman was such a gem here because she clocked when Meghan Markle was sitting here with these other individuals and speaking to them. Look at the top of her bump, guys. You can literally see the fold here, the indent. You can see the space and you can see her dress start tucking underneath into that fold there. And the Jamaican lady, bless her heart, guys, she clocked it. She clocked it and she wanted nothing to do with it. Oh my goodness, you guys need to watch this. We're using this as fair use. This is look at her. She wants nothing to do. Let me go back so we can just see that part because this is look, she wants nothing. She's playing with her watch. She looks at her bump too. Looks like she has a pillow. The incredible folding moon bump. Yeah. And then later on, this was great. Watch as she squats down with her knees together.
That I understand.
Oh, flick straight down. What? What? You know what's funny is that let me pull this back a bit. Watch this lady here. He clocks Megan's bump. Watch. He's watching and then she stops like, did you see her tilt her head? She tilted her head like, what the hell is just happened here? Can I turn up the volume? Sure, I can do that. I didn't know if you guys wanted to hear her voice. Or maybe the sound is low, but let me try it here.
So what was it like having Mayhew be able to support you through that process?
I wouldn't have been able to do it without them.
It completely disappears at the bottom and just squishes right down.
Medical care. What would you
Yeah, they've already got some sense buff.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And we just have a pet refuge project that we've able to help Dolly be able to
Yes,
go into companion.
This is
I couldn't have
ridiculous.
done the rehab, but my phone was running the dogs.
Yeah.
I've done that. I've been.
I wanted to just stop it right here because you can see her knees are both together and her feet are together too. Her knees and her feet are together, and that bump completely squashed down. Here, let's go from here. Look at this. We'll go slow coat flick, and then slowly look at that bend down. These two women clocked it because they can see. They're like, what the heck is going on here? There's no way. There is no way. I didn't know that babies folded up flat like that. Exactly. There is no way you can squat like that and without falling over. You have to open your legs. The belly needs to go somewhere. I want to see her stand up. I have a different video of like a different section where I'll show you, because what happens here is that the people who are taking the video cut off the video because I think that they have realized too, like, what the hell is this? Like, this is ridiculous.
And there are people.
Where,
So what was it like having Mayhew be able to support you through that process?
Well, I wouldn't have been able to do it without them. I couldn't have done it without them because there's nobody I trusted with my dogs.
Yes. Does that include from boarding or from medical care? What would you need
Yeah,
specifically?
they've already got some sense stuff.
do you notice that the pets want nothing to do with her? They don't go near her. The dogs, I'll show you a couple examples of the dogs there, especially one of a Jack Russell Terrier that, like, almost, it seems like he went to go sniff her belly and suddenly like pulled his head back and jerked it back. I'm going to get to that. But this is crazy, but we never see her stand up here. The cameras get taken off of her.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And we just have a pet refuge project that we've able to help Dolly be able to
Yes,
go into companion.
I couldn't have done the rehab, but my phone was running the dogs.
This is not
I've done
possible.
that. I've been clean with that.
This is not possible for any pregnant woman anywhere. It's not possible. Now let's go over here real quick. Let's go over here when there was the infamous pop. When she gets up, here, you can see she gets up perfectly. Had I tried at 6 months pregnant, number one, I'd have to put my hand on the ground to help myself get myself back up. But do you notice how nobody around her ever like offers her a hand to get up? Women should know this, right? Wouldn't you, like a pregnant woman, it's just like you would just automatically put your hand out to offer them to help up. But here, let's listen to the one where her bump actually pops and you can see it pop back out into place. You can see this. They were probably told no touching. You do have a point there, probably, but it's just instinct to me when I see like if like someone is coming and they're like attending an event or something, they're trying to get up or something. It's just, I don't know. I would think it's just instinct. Yeah, she was almost completely folded in half. Harry never offered her a hand. Ever. He never offered her a hand, ever. And he also said that he never went to her appointments. So that tells you everything. Let's listen to the infamous pop here. So let me know if it's loud enough for you guys. I think this is as high as it goes. Let's go.
Today, can you just hear that? Phones are ringing. Oh my god. Should we snap that for a
Look, the dog. Look at the dog.
Phones are ringing. Oh my god. Should we snap that for a
So Millie's been looked after here, obviously by the animal care team, but also by the field team.
Yes. Today, can you just hear that? Phones are ringing. Oh my god. Should we snap that for a
So Millie's been looked after here, obviously by the animal care team, but also by the field team.
Yes. Today, can We just do that. Phones are ringing. Oh my god. Should be snapped up for a girl.
So Millie's been looked after.
Did you guys see it pop back out? Let me see if I can slow it down for you guys here. Poor dog is like traumatized and afraid. Let me slow it down here. So you can literally see straps. It's like thick straps that are trying to hold something in place. I don't know. But let me go slow. The dog is terrified of her here. The dog wants nothing to do with her here. Look at that poor thing. It knows. It knows something is up. Yeah, she'll claim that the royal family made her fake it because they didn't want any black blood in the family. That's what she'll claim. But who believes that BS anymore? Nobody believes it anymore. Nobody believes it. Molly, there's a notice on your chat when you go in saying we're doubting the validity of a pregnant woman. Really? Let me take a look on my phone. I don't see anything. Like they put up like a warning, kind of like they used to with the what is it called? With the, corona noma virus. You got to be careful with that word or they get upset. That's crazy because I don't see anything. It looks okay. But yeah, she was allegedly 6 months. And let's see if you guys can see the pop. Let me pull it up here.
Phones are ringing. Oh my god. Should be snapped up for a girl.
There we go.
Oh my god. Should be snapped up for a
Yikes.
girl.
So Millie's been
That is creepy. Let me kill the sound. Let me kill that so we can just focus on the belly. Kind of see it pop out and she steps back. Come on, guys. This is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. Molly chat summary. Really? When I entered it, really? That's just an AI summarizing what we are chatting about. Oh, I saw those ones. It's like in a little black kind of block square type thing, right? I don't know why it's not coming up on my end, but anyways. Oh dear, AI is watching me. I'm sure that probably Meghan and Harry are watching me. So we should all say, hello, Meghan. Hello, Meghan. Have you called your father yet, Meghan? We all decided since you since you wanted to bring up that you wanted to end it all, I figured let's take a look at that day again. Let's remind everyone. Let's refresh all of our memories. Let's refresh all of our memories of what happened that fateful day. And I feel so sorry for this little dog. Yes, Meghan, call your dad. I know I never asked for those stupid AI summaries, and they just started doing it. I've seen it I don't know if it's just something that they're testing out because I see it on some channels and I don't see it on other channels. I don't know. So who knows? Thank you, Elkie, for the 199. Why has the RF remained complicit? Because they have, I don't know, man. That's what I want to know too. That's what I'll never understand. That's never what I'll never understand why they've gone along with this whole entire nonsense. I'll never get it. Because remember, this was Meghan in Birkenhead just the other day. Like the day before, right? This was her arriving at Birkenhead. This was her 6 months pregnant in Birkenhead. That's definitely not the same bump, is it? It's a little bit different looking, isn't it? It's very different looking. But let me keep showing you what else I got. Let me keep going on. Oh, here we go. When she was leaving and what happened? Suddenly that 6 month bump, where did the baby go? Where did the belly go? Very different. Let me pull up a different photo because I think that background got whited out. So here's the actual image. Where? It's the mysterious disappearing bump. I have never, ever seen a bump just fully disappear like that, you guys. That is wild. And this was Birkenhead. So I feel like I feel like when these 2 days happened back to back, she freaked out, and that's why Megxit happened. She freaked out because she didn't wanna stay behind and deal with it. Yes, Archie took a dive. I feel like this all is connected with Megxit, and that's just my opinion. Definitely my opinion. We've got more of her. Oh, this was later on in the day where you can see it's shifting and it's coming down. You can see how Archofficial is just swimming around and having fun. Birkenhead was June. Hold on a second. No, January. Hold on. January 14. So 2 days prior. It was 2 days prior before Meghan going to Mayhew in the morning, and then later on in the evening, she went to the Royal Albert Hall. Well, we're all gonna look at those clips too. Birkenhead is, they said, like Merseyside, where I think that's the same area where those 3 little girls got viciously attacked at that dance studio. That's the exact same area where they went to go visit. And I'm surprised Meghan Markle never said anything about that. Did they? No, but they tried to use it for their security and tried to use that as an example of why they needed extra security. 2019. 2019, guys. This was back in it was that long ago. So much nonsense has happened in between that time. Like, there's just been so much drama constantly from these two. Ever since Meghan fell on Harry's Elizabeth Arden cream-coated Todger, there's been so much drama. I mean, look at this. This was when they just arrived. What? I've never seen a 6-month pregnant woman like this before. It really looks like she took one of those rubber dodgeballs that you used to play with in gym class at school and shoved it under her dress. This is craziness, and I can't believe, like, the royal family didn't just put a pin in it right at the beginning. Why allow her to go out in public and make a complete ass out of herself like this? It looks terrible. Not even after eating chili. I know, it's too big for 6 months, especially for a first one. For the first one, like, I remember, I didn't really even start showing until, like, 4.5, 5 months. But this, I don't know, she started showing at 2 weeks when they were in Fiji and she was cupping her bloated belly that probably was just full of gas. Who knows? Monster's looking at me like, what are you talking about? I look at her. This is later on. Where did the stomach go? Where is it? Where is it, guys? Where the heck is it? I can't see it. Can you see it? I don't know, truth seeker. I don't know when the truth will come out about it. I think maybe it might happen after Charles passes away, because it seems to me like they're leaving all of this mess for William to deal with. And I've always said that's not the right thing for William to deal. Like, it's not. William has always had to deal with his annoying ass little brother. It shouldn't be up to him to deal with him. I feel bad for him. And this is the same Royal Albert Hall. This is at Mayhew. How does this happen, guys? The dog doesn't even want to interact with her. Completely folded over. And again, the lady has her belly clocked. She knows. I'm sure this woman has had a couple children of her own. She knows it's not possible to bend over and fold like that. It is so uncomfortable. These are definitely like memory foam. They're like foam moon bumps that they're soft. So this dumb girl, even though, well, that's why she never made it as a Hollywood actress. She couldn't even play the role of a pregnant woman properly. Those moon bumps must collapse easily under the belt of a coat. I think she just bought really bad ones, because there are ones that have really good Velcro on the back and they don't move. I don't know if she just bought really crappy ones. There are some that do keep crotch snaps in place. I'm gonna do these videos in like segments, and then so the next video that I do for you guys, it will show where Queen Gertie actually pointed out, I think it was in this during Birkenhead, where one of the crotch snaps snapped. And I have another video of a different event that she was at, and you can literally see the crotch snapping. It's just ridiculous. Well, I think that it's not expected to do squats like that when you're pretending to be pregnant. And then this was later on, right? But we're going to take it step by step. Let me see if I went over all the video. Oh, this is one that I wanted to show you guys. So this is the Jack Russell that I told you guys about. So this was Meghan went on her, this was after she was sitting with the ladies there, I think. So now her bump has kind of misshapen again. It's a little torpedo shape this time, and everyone's uncomfortable. You can tell that everyone is completely uncomfortable. And just watch the Jack Russell and his movements here and just look at how the poor dog reacts. Okay, watch.
Yeah, a little bit less work as well. Yeah, I'm sure you're in the midst of that one. How you? Well, thank you. So nice to meet you. So sweet.
And here we have Foxy
Hi,
and
how are
Janet
you?
works on our kennels.
Hello.
So Foxy,
I think I met Foxy before.
yes, I think he's just been she's just been reserved as well. So
You know what would be hilarious? If Foxy was one of those little yappy ass dogs and just started just started losing it. This is great, Molly. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying this. I've thought we should just all have a refresher here and just remember what happened on that fateful day when Meghan wanted to end it all. And for someone who wanted to end it all, she's in great spirits. Because I remember, and I can just bring up my own opinions and stuff. I remember my friends when they were in that state, they were depressed. It was hard to get them out of bed. It was like they just wanted to be by themselves. They didn't want to hang around anyone. They didn't want anyone around them. And Meghan here is happy. She's cheerful. She's giggling. She's deep squatting in her moon bumps. All the dogs want to sniff her bump. Yeah, because it smells like this weird silicone, probably. Or maybe she was hiding her cigarettes in there. Who knows? All the women there know that there's something wrong, that there is something very odd about the entire situation. Everything. And Margie Miranda, exactly. Meghan is butthurt about social media exposing her right away, and she wants to shut everybody down. Nothing to do with helping those poor parents. It's definitely exploitation. That's exactly what she's doing. All of this that she's pretending that she cares about other people is complete BS. For Meghan, at the end of the day, it's all about controlling social media and making sure that she can pull the plug on individuals such as myself, because I know she must not like me, especially for keeping my foot on this topic constantly. I know I'm probably not she's not a fan of mine. She probably wishes I would go away, but I won't. Because you can't do this blatantly and try and BS and then lie and say, oh, well, I wanted to end it all on that day. BS. I don't believe it. Elkie says, how about the day the queen canceled her appointment and security escorted her out? No rings on her hand and she was shipped to Canada. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but that was when Elkie, I think someone got their information mixed up there a bit. Because when Meghan was seen leaving with no rings on her hand, I think this is here. I think this is what you guys are talking, what they're referring to. Hold on. She was leaving the National Portrait Gallery, and it was like on one of their final, like so-called final visits. And I feel like Meghan did that because she wanted to like get the news talking. But I think this is the photo that you are referring to, just because I know that there are some AI channels out there, and I know there is that blog that's come back and it's spreading false information. So I know it's trying to rewrite history about certain things. But this, what you were referring to, Elkie, I think you're referring to this image here. So this was when Meghan was leaving the National Portrait Gallery, and that was on, I'll give you the date here. This was after they exited to Canada and they came back, and Meghan went and did that thing at the children's school in Dagenham where she went and hugged the schoolboy and ignored the girl. This was January 8th, 2020. I just want you to have the facts here, because I know that some people are just trying to, they're trying to muddy up the waters. And sometimes I feel some of these blog spots throw out these fake stories to get us YouTubers to report on them so they can get our channel shut down. So I try and be very careful with these things. I try and do my recourse, especially when they're using images. You can easily do an image search and get when the original image came up. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water. But yeah, this was when they exited, and Meghan just wanted drama in the papers about, oh, there's turmoil between her and Harry and Megxit and everything that's going on. She just wanted drama. That's all that she wanted. But of course, she had to have her collar open as always. Typical Meg. Always with the shirt wide open. So let's go back to Meghan and her claims, shall we? So these claims and all of Meghan's BS started off with Meghan lying on Oprah. That's where it all started, with Meghan making up multiple lies on Oprah, and we all saw how psychotic Meghan Markle could get, because you got to be some sort of psychopath that lies can just roll off your tongue as easily as they do with her, and she doesn't even feel anything. That's what I don't understand. Like, if I tell a lie, I feel bad about it. It'll usually eat up at me until I come clean about it. That's why I try not to lie. And it's hard to remember a lie if you're doing it. So it's better not to. So what was going on here is that, let's take a look at what Meghan was talking about. The fact that she went on to Oprah and completely made up this BS
And that
story about wanting to end it all. Shall we watch, my friends? Shall I refresh? Since Meghan, I mean, this is all, if you guys are coming in here and wondering why I'm bringing this all up, I just want to refresh everyone's memory, since Meghan wanted to bring it up last Sunday. And if there are any newbies who don't know the back history, because I feel like we need to repeat history sometimes. I need to repeat what happened. I know some people are like, oh, Mole, Why are you going over Birkenhead? Why are you talking about the moon bump again? Because we have to refresh people's memories of what actually happened and not the BS that Meghan Markle is trying to shove down our throats and rehash and like rewrite the narrative. Truth Seeker says, Molly, in your opinion, why this middle-aged woman lies so much? I just feel like I feel like she's never discovered herself because she's always been pretending to be someone else. She's always been trying to mimic someone else. So she's never been happy with herself because maybe she hasn't really achieved what she wants out of her life. And she has to lie and convince herself with bullshit that she is this great philanthropist, humanitarian who cares about people when we can all see that she isn't. She's a narcissist, as SEJ is seeing. And Marissa, you're completely right. Narcissists do not off themselves. They use it to threaten or use for attention. And like I said, I feel like Meghan did this because she was outed with her moon bump collapsing and popping. And she needed a way to control Harry to get him to Megxit out of the royal family ASAP. That's what I feel like. So let's listen to this nonsense that she made up. Because like I said, I don't believe she ever wanted to end it all for herself.
Picture, if you zoom in, what I see is how tightly his knuckles are gripped around mine. You can see the whites of our knuckles because we are smiling and doing our job, but we're both just trying to hold on. And every time that those lights went down in that royal box, I was just weeping. And he was gripping my hand, and then it was, okay, intermission's coming. The lights are about to come on. Everyone's looking at us again, and you have to just be on again.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, so important.
Not a damn tear. Not a damn tear. I want to know what kind of makeup she's using if she's weeping. Because when I bring, I don't know how many times I've said that. And every time I bring up my childhood friends and them ending it all, it makes it stirs up emotions in me. It stirs up feelings in me. It automatically makes my eyes well up. I can't help it. That's just what happens. But here, she's patting her dry eyes. Left tear, left eye, no tears. Left eye, no tears. There's nothing there because it's bullshit. There's nothing there because it is complete BS.
Important for people to remember is you have no idea what's going on for someone behind closed doors. You have no idea. Even the people that smile the biggest smiles and that picture.
Let's take a look, since Meghan wanted to talk about that picture. Shall we take a look at that picture? Because I have pulled up that picture. So let's take a look. So this is when Harry and Meghan were leaving Cirque du Soleil, and she claims she was weeping every time the lights went down. She was weeping, but her eyes aren't red. Her nose isn't red. Her face doesn't look flushed or puffy or anything. Usually when the normal human being cries, even if you catch a man crying, because sometimes men do cry, it's okay to cry. Their eyes get red, their nose gets sniffly, they sometimes have snot running down their nose. This woman's makeup is perfecto. Not a smidge of makeup. She doesn't even look sad or anything. Nothing at all. Joanna says, Molly, you are performing a public service by discussing a possible, more than likely, one of the biggest frauds perpetuated on the public. This definitely is. And this is why, I will never stop talking about it. But I just want to, for this stream, I'm trying to go about it by not cussing so much at her, maybe more people will listen to my message that I'm trying to convey, because I feel like sometimes a cuss and a word here will slip out, but I hope that someone just pays attention and just just listen to what we're showing here. Just listen to what I'm showing you here. Nothing about her story makes sense. I get the snot bubbles. I get snot bubbles too. I get snot bubbles like I am a mess when I cry. My face goes all red, my eyes get puffy. It's a whole mess. But then let's take a look at their what did she say? They were holding their hands so tightly, their knuckles were white, right? Isn't that what she said? I don't see that. I don't see anyone clutching as hard that their knuckles are turning white. Nope, nothing like that at all. Now let's see. Let me take a look. Let's zoom out here. And Harry looks, he looks like stupid dimwit Harry. Typical dummy. Well, there's nothing to say, but we can all agree, right? We can all agree that what Meghan had mentioned in this Oprah special here, let's listen.
If you zoom and that picture, if you zoom in, what I see is how tightly his knuckles are gripped around mine. You can see the whites of our
Where? Bitch, where? I don't see nothing.
knuckles because we are smiling and doing our job.
If you were doing your job, you wouldn't be complaining all the time. You were a pain in the ass to the royal family. My goodness. And then even worse, look at how, oh God, here it gets even worse. Here we go. Oh, sorry guys. I didn't realize that you guys couldn't see it. Hold on a second. Sorry guys.
Friend.
So
Let me start it back here.
So were you thinking of harming yourself? Were you having suicidal thoughts?
Yes, this was very, very clear.
Wow.
Very clear and very scary. And, I didn't know who to even turn to in that. And one of the people that I reached out to, who's continued to be a friend and confidant, was one of my husband's mom's best friends, one of Diana's best friends.
That's so, you know what I don't like about Meghan, besides all her bullshit and everything that she does, all her lying and everything, she has to drag everyone into her nonsense. She has to drag like everyone into her lies. You think like Diana's friend is going to come out and say anything about this, but no, it sounds like, oh, they were involved. See, even Harry, as unintelligent as he is, would know immediately how to get his wife help. He was seeing a therapist himself. It was all cosplay because of Diana. See, that's what makes me believe it's all BS. Because if you had access to it, why wouldn't you get your wife help to it? And do you notice how Harry wasn't with Meghan during this segment? So I don't think that Harry knew what Meghan had set up to talk about. I feel like maybe she just said, oh, we're just going to have a one-on-one first and she's just going to ask me. But I don't think he knew until he actually saw the interview. And that's, you know what? That's his own fault. That's its own problem. Everyone warned him, but he didn't want to listen. He thought he knew better. He thought he knew better than everyone, and everyone warned Harry, you don't marry a raggedy actress. Not even a good one, a failed raggedy actress. But you would think with Meghan going through all of this, my friends, and I hope you're hitting the like button so this video can go out into the algorithm. When Meghan was going through all those feelings that she was having. Did you know that in October of 2019, Doria Ragland, Cell Block 6, Doria Ragland ran 5K for an unaliving prevention in Los Angeles? You can see the word there. I can't say it all the time. You get it. But she ran a 5K. So why wouldn't Meghan talk to her mom about it? Call your mom. I mean, you made it seem like your mom was so close. And look, Doria has her iPhone right there in her waistband. Right there. Look, she's got her iPhone right there. You could have called her, but you didn't. But you didn't. Because guess what? You never had that ideation. You made it up as BS just to get some attention and just to throw dirt on the royal family. The family that I will never understand why they went ahead and approved a multi-million-dollar wedding for you guys and didn't just say, have a quiet church wedding. You're not that important. You're not that important to have a big wedding almost on the same scale as William and Catherine did. You don't deserve to have a carriage ride because you're not that important. You're the fifth. You're not even the spare anymore. Like, go away. Meghan and her mom had no connection, but Meghan allegedly felt this way and didn't even reach out to anyone. She didn't tell anyone. Now, shall we look at that evening at when she decided to go to, what is it, with Harry that evening? She wanted to go to Royal Albert Hall with him. She wanted to be by his side. Now, I don't know about you guys. I've got a couple articles here. Let's start with this one. In my opinion, Harry, first of all, these two were always late to events. Everywhere they always go, they were always late. So they would always walk in when everyone was already seated. So they thought that, like, oh, people were like, oh, waiting for them. It was so rude. So very rude. But here, let's look at the night. Meghan claims that this was the evening right before here. Well, first of all, there's two stories. First, we hear that it was that Meghan couldn't leave Harry because she just didn't know if she could just be alone by herself. So she had to attend with him this event. She had to be with him here. Let's see if I can show this to you guys here. Oh, go away, you smelly ad. Get out of here. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Here they come. Here they come. Ready? Here we go. Come on, Meg. Oh, of course, her first. Look, first of all, oh, geez. Take a look at that bump because I didn't know that bump, a belly bump, a baby bump could grow out of your rib cage. I don't know that that your bump would be hanging up out of your rib cage and growing out of there. So let's just watch that here. How high up this thing is.
Very nice to meet you. Canada, is that right? Lovely. Montreal.
You know, for a woman who claims to be that far along as she is, she really walks up those stairs real quickly. And she doesn't need to hold the railing or anything. That's super incredible. Look at this. Look at that. Just right up the stairs. Stairs were a nightmare. Chit-chatting with people. Oh, they're fine. This was interesting. In this clip, you see her dress fabric is all caught up on her moon bump. If it was a real belly bump, it wouldn't be sticking like that all over it, but just watch. Fake laugh. Look at this. Oh yeah, she really looks sad there, doesn't she, ladies and gentlemen? Do you notice she mostly, when she's talking to people, she doesn't know how to make small talk with them, and all she says, "Oh, that's incredible. Oh, that's incredible." Oh, goodness. It's because it's foam. Of course it's foam. Look at how devastated, how in shock she must be. Look at this.
Although this time of year is especially cold, everyone here is talking about the weather. You just go, oh my goodness. Yes.
Wait, was that she just sucked her dentures back? Did you catch that? Watch. She'll suck her dentures back right here. Watch. Right here. Oh, denture suck. There you go. Must have been some of that really good cocaina, huh? Makes her feel out her dentures. Must be some of that. That's all. The only people that I knew who would constantly lick their teeth are people who would do things like that. That's just my opinion. Because I've seen some of my friends, well, ex-friends, not friends anymore, ex-friends. I've seen people on that stuff, and they always play with their teeth. She plays with her dentures a lot. Look at that phone. And it's dented. It's dented, guys. Look, there's a dent in it right there, and it folds right. Oh, good grief. Look at that prosthetic. Oh, fantastic. Look at how fake.
Yes. Oh, thank you for doing that. You know, it means so much to Harry. He's been Molly for years now, and it's that's not wonderful.
Wonderful. Fantastic. Incredible. Blink, 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 blink. Teeth, teeth. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Shall we keep going, because I still have more. I still have a couple more. I know I wanted to keep this under 45 minutes, but we've hit an hour, and I think I might make a little video about it too for some people, but let's keep going. Shall we? Because I wanted to show some images also, but let's fast forward. Let me go to the pictures. So here's Meghan trying to sit. Looks like she snapped at him about something, because she's got some sort of angry bird face going on here. She looks very angry, and she claims that I think, what is this here? The Duke and Duchess, and Harry said, so I guess in Harry's book in Spare, he wrote, while my wife and I were in those chairs, gripping each other's hands, the moment the lights go down, Meghan starts crying. I didn't see any crying, but when we look at this photo, guys, who looks like they are in distress? Who looks like they are, she's used to sucking. Who looks like they are in distress that night? Because what it was this was supposed to be Harry's event. Meghan wasn't supposed to be there, apparently. And I feel like Meghan went and did her Mayhew event. Her moon bump popped while she was there. she threw some kind of hissy fit and demanded that she needs to be with Harry. I don't know. I think they had an argument because he looks like something's gone on. He looks like he is the one that wants to jump off the balcony. He looks upset. Look, it looks like he's like, "What do you want from me?" Isn't that the whole, "What do you want from me? What do you want me to do?" And she's just, "You should have held my hand as I was trying to sit down, Harry. You didn't do it right, you stupid idiot." I mean, just my opinion. Yes, Mystified. Thank you. Everyone hit the like button for our favorite moon bumpologist. I do have my PhD in moon bumpology, my friends. Yeah, Harry was just like, what do you want from me? What do you want? Just leave me alone in this photo. That's what it looks like to me. It's very like he looks like he was hurt. And this is them leaving with him clutching her knuckles until her knuckles were turning white, and they look fine. Harry on the me, you can see. Disgusting. Let's see, we've got more footage here. Let me see. This is images that I've already shown you guys. She's all happy, happy, happy. Yeah, definitely happy. These are videos you've seen. Monster, stop licking. Sorry, guys. My apologies. It's just that I can't believe that you wanted to bring this back up again. I can't believe that you wanted to mention this again and yet use grieving parents as your, what is it? As like, I don't even have the words for it. I'm so disgusted by it. I'm just so grossed out by the entire situation that just I can't. Like, she just wanted to bring this up again. Let's just remind everyone real quick. Let's just remind everyone about this. This lying little wiener, like seriously, and shout out to British royalty for throwing this together here on Twitter.
I just didn't want to be alive anymore. You had an experience that connects you to these families, and I see you touch your husband's.
The funny thing is that when I think it was Lady C, was it Lady C's video from today? Someone had mentioned that Jane Pauley herself had a bout of mental health issues. I think it was bipolar issues. She actually herself wanted to unalive herself. So I feel like, for me, when I watched this, I felt like Jane Pauley was throwing shade, especially here. And Meghan's face, like the moment she brought it up, when Jane Pauley was asking her about it, who smiles and is like happy about that? Yes, it was Lady C. Okay, thanks, guys. Thank you, everyone. Harry's pissed off about it because I feel like, I know NT Lawyer was one of the first ones who had put out a blind saying that Meghan was screaming at producers. So shout out to NT for mentioning that. And then it's been going through the media like wildfire, being picked up by other individuals. And I feel like Meghan set Harry up in this moment. I feel like he didn't know that this question was going to be asked, and Meghan did. But then Meghan played it off at the producers by screaming and yelling at them because she had to make it seem to Harry like, I didn't know about it, but she did. Harry is mad because he knows that didn't happen. Christina, you're right. Some people say, Molly, people need to stop saying Polly was Markled when she wasn't or isn't. I feel like people weren't picking up on the shade that she was throwing. She was throwing jabs at Meghan, like very subtle jabs that like I had to watch the interview like a couple times. I didn't catch it the first time. I didn't catch it the second time. I didn't catch it the third time. But the fourth and fifth, sixth time that I kept rewatching it, I would pick up on something new. And I would be like, oh, she's good. That's why she's good at her job and what she does. But I feel like some people just jump to conclusions really, really quickly. Like it would look unprofessional for Jane Pauley to sit up here and be like, I didn't believe you. You're an effing liar. She had to be professional and subtle about it. And I feel like individuals like other YouTubers or myself need to point it out. But I feel like, especially in this moment, because Jane, in this moment, she could have changed the script. She sees her hand is not holding Harry's hand, but she kept to the script to kind of make it open to us like this woman is full of lies. It's like Jane wanted to throw her under the bus too, because she knew as a survivor of going through that kind of stuff, of having bipolar issues, of having those kinds of ideations, then she kind of was on to Meghan's BS.
And just the way I knew that you would be looking after.
Who smiles and laughs? And look, the mighty vein is back. Look, the vein. That vein is massive. Look at that. Goes right through her forehead and all the way down to her schnoozle. Yeah, Harry's checked out. He's done. But who smiles and laughs while talking about wanting to end their life?
For each other, if I went places. But the connection that you have with people is they know you had suffered too.
What connection? The people, the parents that are being featured on the Parents Network that Harry and Meghan are hitching their bandwagon to, lost a child. You can never know what that feeling is until it happens to you. You can't connect Meghan Markle lying about wanting to end her life to the connection of parents losing a child. It's disgusting. It's gross. You cannot do that. Meghan has nothing in common with these parents, nothing at all. Meghan lied about being suicidal. Meghan didn't lose a child to that kind of sorry, I was almost about to cry when I mentioned that word, because it's just like, ugh, it's just so frustrating, right? It's just so frustrating watching this and these lies constantly come out of her mouth.
Personally, contemplating killing yourself is what suicidal ideation was. And I'm dancing around this because I can see you're uncomfortable with my even going there.
She's uncomfortable, but look, she's smirking. Who smirks while talking about that? Jane is such an MVP, guys. Jane is such an MVP because she's making it seem like Meghan is supposed to be sad, but Meghan's face just, number one, looks absolutely psychotic, in my opinion. And this is not how a person who had those kinds of thoughts would behave. She's not uncomfortable. She's almost happy that you're bringing it up again and making it about herself. It's all about Meghan again. That's all that matters.
I understand where you are, though. I wasn't expecting it, but I understand where you are.
The little smirk here. Like, really? Look at Harry. Look at Harry's face. Harry is like not into it. Look at this face. This is crazy. Screenshot this. This, you need a screenshot of that. That is creepy. Oh my God, I gotta burn some sage afterwards in this house. This is wild. I need some holy water. We need to like douse ourselves in something. This is crazy. Like,
but I understand where you are because there is a through line, I think, and when you've been
Jane's like, what the hell do you mean there is a through line? Look at her face. She's like, you are so full of shit. Look at Jane's face. Jane's face tells you everything you need to know. Jane's face gives it all away right here. She is like holding back her anger. You can tell she's disgusted by it all. She's grossed out. She knows Meghan is lying. She knows Meghan is lying.
through.
You look at the way that she just swallowed. She had to keep it together because it just made her sick.
When you've
Look
been
at that
through
swallow.
any level of pain or trauma, I believe part of our healing journey, certainly part of mine, is being able to be really open about it. And I haven't really scraped the surface on my experience, but I do think that I would never want someone else to feel that way. And I would never want someone else to be making those sort of plans. And I would never want someone else to not be believed. So if me voicing what I have overcome will save someone or encourage someone in their life to really genuinely check in on them and not assume that the appearance is good, so everything's okay, then that's worth it. I'll take a hit for that.
My problem here is that everything that she is saying means absolutely nothing when we've watched the way she has treated her own father. We watched the way she tortured the Queen and Prince Philip in their final years. And now we're watching her torture King Charles. We're watching her alienate her father and basically still torture him. How is it that you're married into the British royal family because you're still seen as a member of the British royal family? I think I brought this up and showed you guys, but let me show you guys again, just in case if anyone missed it. Oh, these were photos of Birkenhead that we were looking at earlier. But let me show you here. When you do look up Meghan Markle, member of the British royal family. So this is why a lot of people still think she is a royal member. Because you type it into Google, you look it up, and Meghan and Harry are still on the royal family website. So they're still getting away with everything. I do wish the Queen was with us, but I also, Elizabeth, I wish that the Queen had done something at the very beginning. Because the Queen would have known about the moon bump. She could have done something. Charles should have done something. Let's say, okay, the Queen was too sick to do anything. Charles should have done something about it. Charles could still do something about it, but he doesn't. And people keep saying, oh, he can't, he can't. I'm sure he can, but he won't. And I feel like I watched Lady C's video earlier, and I feel like that narrative has now changed because I feel like at the beginning she said that like Charles did have the power and then Parliament did have the power, and then she named some old rule or something that it would take, what did she say exactly? She said it would take all of the 15 realms to basically vote in approval to want Harry and Meghan stripped of their titles. It would take every single Commonwealth country to basically do. Like, I know Charles can do something, but they're making it complicated, and Charles doesn't want to do something. I feel like Charles doesn't want to do something. In my opinion, how is it so easy? Like, oh, I'll just give you the titles, but it's that hard for the royal family to take away those same titles? I don't understand. Yeah, the law of 1917, right? Thank you, Christine. I feel like in a way, I know people don't like me saying it, I feel like Charles is still covering for those two idiots, because if Charles is still covering for Prince Andrew, then he must be covering for those two. Dee, thank you for the super chat. Dee says one of the ways Meghan disguises her self-serving motives is to pretend to advocate for other people. Self-aggrandizement disguised as altruism. She's disgusting. Yeah. That's why she jumps on bandwagons like racism, miscarriage, now unaliving. She jumps on these hot topics where she knows that it's going to be difficult for people to push back, but I'm not afraid to push back on these topics. I'm not afraid at all to push back on these topics because I feel like, as someone who has, many women have suffered miscarriages. I have had one too. So I know it's not just like, oh my God, I suddenly just had pains and collapsed on the ground. There's a lot that's involved, and trust me, there's a lot to do with the Red River, okay? There's a lot of pain involved, lots of cramps involved. And I can tell you exactly how mine happened, and you can ask me, like, it's been, I think, 8 years since it happened. And I'll still tell you the story the exact same way. I'll tell you exactly what happened. I can give you details. But yet Meghan Markle's story, and I had made a video about it, where I showed that there are 3 different variations of her miscarriage story. And the hospital isn't going to give you a bag of basically what is biohazard. They're not going to give you that to go and dig up and place under a tree, especially in a place like California where there are wolves and any kind of wildlife will be able to smell it. BS. Complete BS. See, a lot of you women are even mentioning it is something you never forget. It's something like traumatic. And not even just like the whole going through the actual miscarriage, but what about the thing that like really laid it out for me that this never happened for Meghan was she never talked about all of the emotional feelings that you get the coming days. I feel like that's the worst part. I feel like that's the hardest part. All of the emotions that hit you and all the hormonal changes that you have. You could be okay one minute and then the next minute you just start bursting crying because you don't, like, I remember I was in traffic and I was sitting in traffic and it just hit me because it had just happened to me. It had just occurred. And I couldn't take any days off of work. I had to go into work myself, and I was coming home from work and it just like hit me, and you would just be bawling. Yeah, you mourn and you go through the stages of like, you feel like you blame yourself for it. You feel like you did something wrong, even though if you didn't know about it, right? You just go through the stages of grief. And Meghan never talked about any of that. She never talked about anything like that. And Mystified, you're right. It was so she didn't have to go to court. Any woman who has gone through something like a miscarriage, you don't forget it. It's the worst. It's the worst. Sorry, you can I gotta blot my eyes. I didn't mean it to get too heavy here, guys, but it makes me sick that Meghan Markle uses these hot topics and real life issues and lies about it. It's almost like I compare it to women who lie about being RAPED. It's like that. You do a disservice to those who have actually gone through that. You do a disservice for people who have actually suffered by lying about something like that. Meghan's a monster. You're right, Jamie. Meghan's a monster. She is a monster for using all of these to her advantage, and none of these have happened to her. I will sit here and I will say Meghan Markle has never had the miscarriage that she stated on Oprah, that she wrote about in, what was it, the New York Post, her op-ed. First of all, who goes and writes an op-ed about that? She never had it. And Meghan, I dare you, come at me then. Sue me if you want to. But I don't believe you. And I don't believe anything that comes out of that disgusting mouth that you have. That disgusting orifice of a mouth. Your stories are always changing. That's a huge red flag. A woman would remember something traumatic like that. And just like your moon bump, I don't believe you gave birth to Archofficial. I don't believe you gave birth to Invisibet. I believe you've been playing a whole game this entire time, and I don't understand why the royal family just went along with it. They basically still go along with it because, well, they gave invisible phantom children titles by documents that they gave in. I think Lady C had mentioned that, oh, Harry and Meghan just submitted documents and they are just expecting it to be true and legal documents. I mean, these are two liars who have lied to you so many times before, and they show to you that they're lying all the time. And you're just going to believe some BS document that they hand over. You've got two children who are fraudulently within the line of succession. I mean, if we're just adding children in the line of succession, my child's birth certificate is real. Can I add my little one's name in the line of succession, guys? Is that okay? I mean, I think we should all submit our little ones or our birth certificates in. Might as well start throwing everyone into the line of succession if that's how we're doing it now. This could have all been handled. This could have all been handled right at the very beginning, but it never was for some reason. I don't know why the royal family is afraid, or scared of, but let me show these videos just one more time. Let me just wrap it all up nicely in a nice bow here, because I don't want this to go over an hour and a half here. It's too long. I don't like it. Let me just show you guys all what we're dealing with. So we'll never forget the day that Meghan claimed to want to end it all. We all heard her prosthetic moon bump go pop. Let's listen to that again. The dog wants nothing to do with Meghan. There was the popping moon bump, my friends. We all remember this. And then this was later, after she claimed that she wanted to end it all. But let's just watch their mannerisms, because it looks like Harry who wants to take a tumble off this balcony here.
Together they have made much of this possible. Thank you. And to all of you, our guests tonight, thank you for being with us. And now, let's enjoy the magic.
Look at this. For someone who is traumatized, for someone who claimed to want to end it all and was crying beforehand, look at Harry here. Harry right here looks like he's searching for God. He's looking for a signal. Please get me out of here. Please. If Meghan was actually wanting to end it all, you would think he would actually want to hold his wife and comfort his wife. He is not happy. He looks like he is traumatized.
Let's enjoy the magic. of Cirque du Soleil, concert.
Nobody is happy here. And this was the night that she claimed that she wanted to end it all. And then look, this is another one that I've posted up. This is as they're leaving. And look, backgrid just happened to be some of the photographers there to catch some images. If you go to any of the links that I've posted in the description box below and you look at the photos, my friends, you will see that backgrid are the ones who caught the photos of Harry and Meghan leaving. So I don't know if Meghan like set these up to make money out of it, and I don't know, but it looks to me like Harry is the traumatized one, not Meghan, as she claimed. It looks like Harry wants to end it all, not Meghan. This is the day. Look, making sure that her moon bump at 6 months can fold and do splits and everything. And then she claims that she wanted to end it all here. Yeah, I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all, one bit. Does this look like someone who was weeping? What did she say? We are smiling, doing our job in the royal box. When the lights went off, I was weeping. Weeping? Harry's leaned away from her, wants nothing to do with her. She's holding her prosthetic up in place, thinking that people are clapping for her. Harry is playing with his ring, thinking about what the hell have I gotten myself into. But Harry, you've shown your true colors also. So my friends, what do you guys think of all of this? Was this a good enough live stream? I think I should make a little video too, probably later, maybe for tomorrow, maybe a short one for people who like the quick, like 5-minute videos. I think I should do like a little recap or something. But I hope you guys enjoyed this live. I thought that we should just hang out and just take a stroll down memory lane and take a look and remember that fateful day when Meghan wanted to end it all. Yeah, Chelsea dodged a bullet. Chelsea definitely dodged a bullet. And you know what? I'll even take it a step further. Trevor Ingleson dodged a bullet. And not only did Trevor Ingleson dodge a bullet, but he definitely leveled up. He leveled up, that's for sure. And he has real children, unlike the fake, invisible, phantom children that Meghan Markle doesn't have. I don't know, like, in my opinion, my friends, I feel like the more this goes on, the more this whole charade goes on, it just looks bad for the royal family. And I feel bad for William if it's being left for him to deal with the hostages. I call them the phantom hostages. I feel bad for them. I feel bad if there is an actual Archie and if there is an Invisibet. That's why I always hope that there isn't, because the type of damage that you're doing to a child, keeping them inside all the time, it's irreversible. You're talking about genetic pain. Well, Harry, you're doing some serious damage. And all I can say is that I will be waiting for when Archofficial turns 18 and decides to release a book. I will be one of the first ones in line. I want that book. Hi, Partly Cloudy from Michigan. Yeah, Jane Pauley was definitely trolling the Meg. I'm sorry, my friends, that this live went to be an hour and 30 minutes. I'm not a fan of doing like super long lives, but I just felt like I had to get all the photos and everything in there and show all the specific photographs and videos that I wanted, just to make sure that we refreshed everyone's memories. But thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Susan, yeah, keeping them isolated is dangerous. It's not even that. It's just like I watch my own little one. who is basically like a couple weeks younger than Archofficial. And I see like how much joy he has just going to farmers markets at these times, or going to the beach and having fun. And I hope like they have a nanny who's taking them out, but I don't even think that those children are let out. And it's sad. It's definitely sad. But anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this live. Please do give it a thumbs up. You know, I'm not the one to be all like, thumbs up, make sure you hit that live and like harass you guys about it. But for this one, do hit the like button on your way out. And to those that are on the replay, please share this live stream so we can just refresh everyone's memory on what happened that day. Because you don't go from being happy all day to all of a sudden, oh, I wanted to end it all, and like being joyful, talking about it and reminiscing about it. It doesn't work that way. People, this is like such a slap in the face to people who have actually suffered, and to the memory of those that have ended it. It's a total slap in the face to everyone. It's gross. And we need to talk about it. We need to speak out about it. We need to call out Meghan Markle that you're lying. You're lying. And the only reason you're talking about online bullying, what I'm doing is not online bullying. Calling you out on your obvious bullshit is not bullying you. It's not. It's trying to keep you accountable for your lies. I don't want people that are in that dark place to think that, oh, they can just turn around and get out of it in an instant. It's not like that. I've seen when my friends get in that dark place, you cannot get them out. You don't just turn around and, oh, I'm happy right now in 2 seconds, I'm going to end it all. No, I think you just threw a tantrum. Parents need to, there's parental guidances, there's parental, what are those parental controls. You can control what your children see on social media. I don't believe Harry and Meghan's 3 and 5-year-old are on social media or have devices in their hand. I don't know, but Meghan is gross for trying to use this platform and other people's pain and grief to try and push her own narrative. It's gross. If you're having issues, take your kids out to the outdoors, take them camping, log off. But I'm disgusted with Meghan Markle lying about being at that end where she wanted to do that, because I don't believe that she did. She's lying. And that's my opinion, my friends. And yeah, I'm going to get going here. I hope you guys enjoyed this live, and I will catch you all in the next one. Take care, my friends, and hit the like button on your way out. Stay gorgeous, lovelies. I hope you all have a good one. Bye.